Guest is a little more skeptical, though, that the China rally is sustainable. Riedel Research founder and President David Riedel joins us now. David, welcome. What are you watching as far as the sustainability of a move like this?
This is obviously good news. It's great for traders. It's good for people who have positions in China or people looking to get in and so on and so forth. I wonder what this looks like in 2025 and 2026. What your host just said, this really doesn't change the structure of their economy. It doesn't fix anything. It sort of band-aids things. It makes for a good trade. It makes them probably hit their numbers for this year. But does it really make them more competitive and better positioned for 2025 and 2026? It remains to be seen.
Competitive relative to the U.S.?
Relative to the U.S. or other emerging market opportunities. I mean, do you think other economies have the opportunity to surprise to the upside, like in India, for example, in the coming years, more than China? I think maybe. They're
still talking about, they have a 5% growth target, and I feel like the measures in the last few days indicate that they're pretty serious about hitting that, and that's still very decent growth, even if you look across the world right now.
Absolutely. Second largest or maybe the largest economy in the world, posting 5% growth. But this is a little late in their year to make such a dramatic set of policy changes. And really the language that I picked up on through the readout was they stand ready to do whatever it takes to bail out the banks, whatever it takes to save the real estate investors, whatever it takes to save consumer sentiment. So I think they still have a lot of dry powder, but I just wonder that they're tinkering around the edges and really treating the symptom rather than the underlying disease.
Markets love whatever it takes, Tim.
Well, I was going to say, David, but investors were saying whatever it takes, I will not be in China. And so I'm curious your view. You spent a lot of time in China over the years. You have a lot of institutional clients that at times don't have to invest in China, but certainly are opportunistically able to. Where are they now? Because, again, 6 months ago, Guy referenced the J.P. Morgan note. China was so far out of the radar because people who didn't have to be there did whatever it took to not be there.
Yeah, we walked our clients back into it in the second quarter of this year. We really thought the big tech pressures were behind us at that point. So we saw people improving positions there and larger positions there in some of the names that we've already talked about, Baba and some of the ones where the fundamentals really make sense. But people were underexposed last year in China and the year before, which was right when Beijing was really targeting those big tech names that were so easy for people to trade. But, China is a huge economy. They already have a lot of control over levers of their economy. They can do a lot of things to make their economy work. I just wonder if this is tinkering around the edges rather than making the fundamental changes to make them more competitive longer term.